Hey friend, so yes, we are working on our singing. As you know, we are never going to stop. We are always going to be improving and making progress, right? But eventually there is going to come a time when we are going to need a teacher. We're going to actually need to make a plan to finance someone, to go in there with a reasonable action plan to say, hey, I need to work on this, that, and so on and so forth. I have this coming up. Can you help me with this? This is the direction I want to go at. Eventually we are going to get to that point. Right, friend? But for now, like, what if you don't have it? What if you don't have the finances to get a teacher? What if you don't have the time to get a teacher? Like, what if you just honestly aren't like sure that you want a teacher yet? Well, here are 3 things that you can do before you get a teacher. Let's get right into it. So the first thing, if you want to better your voice without actually hiring a vocal teacher, the first thing you want to do is get a pitch app. There are several apps out there, right? That just you sing into it and it'll tell you what note you're singing. It'll be a sharp, it'll be a flat, so on and so forth. It has the notes. Let me see if I can pull one up on my phone, for example. Oh, it's literally just called Pitch. The one I have on my phone is literally just called Pitch. You sing into it and it just lets you know what note you're on. This is great though. My vocal teacher, a little irony there, my vocal teacher actually suggested that I actually get a pitch app. And it has been, I can't even say bad. I want to say bad because it corrects me all the time. I remember the first days, a little story time. I remember the first days when I was learning how to sing, and heck, I'm still even learning how to sing. But the first days when I was really working on my pitch, taking pitch seriously, and I would just hold this phone in my hand, and I would just do all day. 1, 1, 1, 1. What? How am I still not on 1? What is this C3? 1, 1. I mean, all day long. I even did it at work, and everyone at work was annoyed with me. It's just one thing to be at work and you sing a little song. It's another thing to be at work and doing pitch exercises where you 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. And just going on and on and on. But honestly, it helped me so much, gain so much confidence in the notes that I'm singing and knowing that I'm singing the right notes. And this was all without my vocal teacher hovering over me and asking me how I'm doing, because that. So all I did was just learn the scales, learn what notes were in the scales, and just sing that note over and over and over. I started with staccato, right? So that's short notes, short. 1, 1, 1, 1, until I felt comfortable and was okay, I know where 1 is at, so now let me hold it. Now that we are confident with 1, we can hold it, we can do it short, and then we move on to 2. And I also learned, also a little side note, I also learned how to do my pitch with numbers. It just came easier for me that way. It may not be that way for you or for your friends, or everyone's different. For me personally, I had to learn pitch or numbers. I don't know, my brain is just wired different. But yeah, if you want to get better without your teacher, definitely invest in a pitch app. Most of them are free. I'm pretty sure you can pay for them if you want something fancy, but I don't recommend that. But you do you, girl. You do you, friend. The next thing that I would suggest doing. Okay, so the second thing that you can work on if you do not want to get a teacher yet is to record yourself and or journal. I will not lie to you. I suck at journaling. I start and then I stop and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pick it up again. Once again, I am a procrastinator. If you watch my other videos, you know this. So I personally record, which is why we're here now. It's a lot easier, it's a lot fun. Talking just one-on-one. And sometimes, honestly, just rambling is so helpful just to get things off my chest. Usually I just ramble to myself. I know I'm crazy, but I usually just ramble to myself. But you know, to now record, it helps. So, and it helps more with singing because then I can listen back and be like, oh no, you know, wrong notes. I could be like, or you know, I was moving too fast, or you know, I listened to one of my riffs and I'm like, where are the notes? You're just going, like, nope. Or I'll sing something and I'm like, ooh, that's something I definitely need to work on. So like recording yourself can definitely help you see where your pain points are at. To know like, ooh, like I felt that this was wrong, but now listening back, I know it's definitely not good. Also, once again, I don't journal, but I definitely recommend it. Friend, I definitely recommend it because singing is, once again, not just with this, it is a full body experience, and it also has to do with the way that you feel. A lot of it has to do with how you feel. So if your singing was off that day, journal, like what was going on that day, what has been going on in your life recently, and that may uncover like some kind of like emotional blockage. You'd be like, oh my goodness, and especially once you read it back, you're like, oh my god, that was just a really bad day for me. Or you know what, I noticed this is a pattern that I do, that every time, you know, this one feeling comes up, you know, my singing is negatively affected by it. Like, having a journal is really good for just being able to, like, look back at notes and understand things. Like, oh my goodness. Or even when you can even have a record if you journal. Like, you know, dang, look how many days I did my practice. Look how much better I get, you know, every day. Now I'm reading through these entries. You know, today started off bad, but at the end of the week, though, like, I was more confident. Journaling is great for keeping track of things. Either journaling or recording, which is basically just like video journaling. It's just virtually journaling. But definitely, some kind of record. Definitely keep some kind of record. If you definitely are serious about mastering your craft and going forward. Right. So, we have covered pitch, the Pitch Finder apps. We have covered journaling and recording. And the last thing that I will touch on, if you want to better your singing without hiring a teacher, which also, guys, this is like things that I wish I would have known before hiring a teacher, because I kind of just jumped right into it. Like, friend, I really want you to have as much knowledge as you can before you go making plans. But I'm not going to digress too much. So let's get into this last point. And look how funny this last point is. It's just to watch YouTube. It's just to watch YouTube. There's so much information on YouTube. There are so many. I still use YouTube to this day. Like, granted, yes, I got a vocal teacher, but like I still have a playlist dedicated to my warm-ups, and there are some great teachers online actually who make free content explaining things that I paid for. So it's just like YouTube is a great place to study. What do they call it? YouTube Academy? Girl, take full advantage of YouTube Academy. It is there for a reason. But I was like, in the future I may like do some lives where we like do our vocal warm-ups and like vocal practices and vocal workouts together, because they are on YouTube and I would love to do them with you guys so we could just do them together. I know when I first started doing them vocal workouts and stuff on YouTube, like I wish I had someone to do it with, mostly because a lot of it was hard and I didn't understand it, and I was like, what note am I on? Or like, oh my god, intervals used to suck. They still kind of suck. I still actually have to work on my intervals. But intervals suck, breathing exercises suck. It all was just terrible. But it would have been a lot less terrible if I had someone to do it with. Oh, but there's so much information. Utilize it. Especially even if you are just listening to music. take that time to actually listen to the music. What is the singer doing? You know, what points in the song are they actually taking a breath at? Try to match where they're taking a breath at. You know, really listen to the style of their singing, how much twang, how bright and how nasally is the sound. You know, do you hear them doing anything like kind of vocal distortion? Are they vocal frying? Are they doing screamo? You know, these are, once again, great things to take back to your recordings or to your journal and be like, hey, I listened to a singer today. They did this crazy vocal fry on this crazy high note that I didn't think I can get to. I'm really going to like start working on my vocal fries now. Let me go back onto YouTube and find more instructions on how to vocal fry. And if YouTube leads me to a dead end, well then, you know, once I do seriously consider getting a vocal teacher, that's where we start at. Or at least that's one of the points where I bring up. So it's like, hey, you know, I have here in my journals or I have here in my recordings, I really want to work on my vocal fries or I really want to work on my high notes. You know, this is the sound I'm going for and I don't know how to reach it safely. But I watched it on YouTube and I've also practiced it. Honestly, yeah, YouTube is just like a great resource. Just all around. It really is. And I'm not just gonna say that because I'm on YouTube now. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Heck, you about to be on YouTube with me, girl. We're about to be on YouTube together. I don't know what you're talking about. We're about to be freaking singers because we got this. Right? We got this. But just to reiterate, like if you are not ready to get a teacher yet, if you are not ready to take that next step in hiring somebody, you know, what may have you, remember, you can always get a free pitch app, right? And do your practices with that free pitch app. Pitch is half the battle, in my opinion. You can always record yourself in journal, see any type of errors you may be doing, you know, pinpoint things that, not even just errors, just even pinpoint things that you like about your voice. You know, you can journal about like days where your voice stuns you. Where you just were like, oh my god, today, you know, I was so shocked. I sung in front of a whole group of people and they liked it and it felt great. You always have that memory now to go back on and recall. So whenever you're feeling stuck or whenever you're feeling scared or whenever you're feeling that you can't do it, you have your journal. You have your recordings to say, ooh, I can do it. You can be like, ooh, you can even use them to practice. Like there's so many great things that you can do if you can look back on things. That's why we have our recordings and not journals. And the last thing, of course, is just watching YouTube, watching others and learning from others. Actually taking the time to listen, right? Because a great singer is someone who listens. And also, it's just so much free resources that I use. So many free resources to use. So if you are dedicated and if you are like, you know what, I'm going to get this. This is going to be my passion and I'm going to work on my craft. I'm telling you, YouTube is a great place to start. There are so many videos of just scales. And for different levels too. So if you're a beginner, they have intermediate. I haven't seen too much like advanced things. I feel like if you want like advanced, you have to pay for like a teacher to advance who has the experience. But like for at least I definitely know for beginner and intermediate, there's so many videos out there. So many videos out there. But I will not hold you up too much longer, friend. Yeah, let me know. What do you do to better your singing? Do you have a vocal teacher? Do you not have a vocal teacher? What are the things you do in your day that helps better your singing? I would love to know. But until next time, you got this, I got this, we got this. Okay? And I'll see ya later. Bye guys.